Well, as Project Neon wraps up, we are finding out that this billion-dollar project is doing more than just expanding travel lanes. It's also implementing some new safety features. One in particular protects one of the busiest underpasses in our city. It was one of the finishing touches of Project Neon, the repaving of this part of Charleston Boulevard that dips under this bridge. A bridge and underpass that were built many years ago and are now showing signs of potentially dangerous hits. Director of Public Works Mike Jansen says Project Neon was a great opportunity to fix this problem.
Project Neon, beyond doing traffic capacity improvements, a large focus of the project was to address long-standing safety concerns in our transportation network. And one of those concerns was some of these old structures that we have in the downtown area, such as the Charleston Underpass. It was built in the 1950s, and it had a lower vertical clearance that sometimes some of the larger vehicles would periodically hit. Even though we'd have signs that would alert them to a lower clearance, they would occasionally not follow those signs and hit this structure.
The improvements will not alter how most of us travel through this underpass, but they are likely to change the course for high-profile vehicle operators. They will be warned in advance through signage and even through driving apps that the clearance is only 14 feet, 2 inches. And if they don't find an alternative route and attempt to take anything taller through here, this ram bar will stop them.
We were able to have NDOT incorporate what we call a safety ram bar. And what that basically does is, through a series of signs, markings, if a driver of a large truck happens to miss the signs, miss the markings, this bar will stop that truck from actually reaching that bridge, and it'll save the structure from any type of significant damage.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman and Ward 3 Councilman Bob Coffin were very much involved in getting this ram bar installed. The councilman's main concern was not only protecting the structure of the bridge and the utilities that run nearby, but protecting this pipeline that carries fuel. A rupture to this could cause a big mess, road closures, a safety hazard, and disrupt fuel from being delivered to various destinations if the flow had to be shut down until repairs could be made. Councilman Coffin is very familiar with this line and how many areas could be disrupted.
I have always been involved with oil and fuel business in Las Vegas. We had a company in the 50s and 60s that was heavily involved with the railroad. So that's how we became acquainted, because this was a railroad combination project. And it meant that that runs all the way to Colton, California, which is near Riverside.
Councilman Coffin says it took years to get this accomplished because there were many entities involved, making it difficult to figure out exactly who should take ownership.
We've been harping on this for 8 years, but there were too many agencies involved to establish responsibility. The pipeline company, the railroad company, NDOT, RTC, City of Las Vegas. It's very hard to get everybody together and decide to pay for something, and nobody wants to touch something if it's not their ownership. So you can see it's very frustrating to have fought that hard, but I'm so glad before I leave office that this will be complete. It's a public safety issue, and I think we're working to solve it. I think this will do it.
Mike Jansen of Public Works says that's the only ram bar in our community. There are others in Clark County in northern Nevada. They're not cheap, but they are worth every penny if they protect the community.